Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Well, there is more news with regards to manipulation of the precious metals market and JP Morgan. Let's explore. YouTuber Peter Oro sent me this news from Reuters about that broke on Friday. Kind of came in a little bit under the radar. But as you know, I'd posted videos before about this story, keeping up on what's going on here. And as most of you know, my views about manipulation is I do believe there is manipulation that goes on to an extent. But I differ with most of the precious metals community in that regard. I believe that natural market forces play a larger role, even with the advent of this news that is breaking. However, we'll see just how big this thing goes once the case goes to court, and we'll see how far wide-reaching it is, and see if it's still going on to some degree in one way or another. I believe all markets have some sort of manipulation. How you define manipulation, I think, is very wide-reaching. This is in terms of spoofing or making buys or calling them out and then retracting them when the price moves a certain way in your favor. So, the Department of Justice has charged another former JP Morgan Chase and Company executive with alleged racketeering and manipulation precious metals prices between 2008 and 2016. Now, keep in mind, this is an ex-JP Morgan executive. He no longer works there. So, this is not like it's stopping it in its cold tracks right now. But some of it may wonder, a lot of this time period could have been why some of the prices may have even gone up, so manipulated upwards. And notice that's not happening nowadays. So the manipulation doesn't necessarily have to go one way. Most people think it's manipulating downwards, but it may have been upwards too. And I think the important part of this is the racketeering charges that have been assigned to it, making it much more serious. And it's part of a string of similar prosecutions here. The indictment is against Jeffrey Ruffo, who is also charged with other federal crimes, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, as a result of an ongoing investigation, federal prosecutors said in a statement. So this is still being investigated. It could be a much bigger thing than what these stories have shown. Ruffo is now the sixth person to be charged with alleged fraud in connection to JP Morgan's precious metals desk. The case relates to spoofing, which involves placing bids to buy or offers to sell contracts with the intent to cancel them before execution, allowing the spoofers to influence prices. In recent years, there has been a surge in spoofing related to related prosecutions in the United States by the Department of Justice and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Ruffo could not immediately be reached for comment. A JP Morgan spokesman did not immediately respond for a request for comment. Now, that is the one thing similar that we've seen in all of these stories, is that JP Morgan has been very hush-hush about all this. The U.S. Bank has said in recent regulatory filings that it is cooperating with various investigations relating to its metals trading practices. I will say, in JP Morgan's defense, what are they going to say? What can they say, I guess? And they also may have been instructed by their counsel to not say anything. According to the indictment, Ruffo worked at JP Morgan from 2008 to 2017 as a salesperson serving hedge funds investing in precious metals, and he encouraged JP Morgan traders to place deceptive orders to create price advantages for his clients. The indictment also alleged that Ruffo and his former colleagues defrauded JP Morgan's clients who had invested in barrier options by pushing option prices to levels that have benefited the bank. An option is a financial instrument that gives buyers a right to buy or sell an underlying asset at an agreed price and at a fixed time. Its value is tied to the value of the asset. While previous spoofing prosecutions have led to guilty pleas, a former metals trader at the Swiss bank UBS Group was acquitted by a jury in a similar case last year. So we shouldn't just automatically rush to judgment here, although it's obvious that, a lot of us feel like, this manipulation thing is going on, and we would be bad if it is. And so we tend to kind of, like a mob, to say, oh, he's guilty. He's been indicted, so he's guilty. But maybe not. We'll see. And try to keep an open mind here. But some of these are leading to guilty pleas. And as I mentioned in one of the first stories about this case, one of these guys said that they were cooperating with investigators because they were told that they should be doing this and were instructed by higher-ups. Well, led to those higher-ups being charged as well. The acquittal highlighted the difficulties in making a case that canceling orders is a criminal act, given that many market orders go unfilled. And that's another thing, too. Some lawyers also argue it is aggressive to charge bank executives with racketeering conspiracy, which is usually associated with organized crime. And that's the difference here. It's becoming a crackdown that's a much more serious charge there. So they were filed on Thursday of last week and made public on Friday of last week. So it's interesting to say the least, see where this thing is going. Market manipulation. Fascinating. So what do you think? Is this thing going to break wide open? Another person being charged? And is he going to rat out somebody else and what have you? Keep in mind, he's no longer there. And who knows if any of the other players are there either. Maybe J.P. Morgan cleaned house long before these charges came to light and said, okay, we see what's going on. You guys are out of here. But we'll see. Who knows? It's anybody's guess, I guess. We'll find out when these things go to trial. I heard somebody said something that might be in December. So we'll see. But in light of all this, the prices make their moves, I believe, largely based off of market conditions, influenced by things like geopolitics, domestic politics, things like unforeseen events that can occur, economic factors and conditions, all sorts of things play a much larger role, I feel, than some of these manipulations that have been going on, whatever style and form they may take. Regardless, they need to be stopped. They need to be investigated. If found guilty, they should, I think, serve the punishment that fits the crime. And hopefully we can see it minimized for sure. But regardless of what manipulation factors do occur, how often they occur, what have you, once the metal hits your hands, itself, it is there. It's weight. You view it as adding to the weight of your stack. Therefore, the price can be suppressed or it can be inflated a certain level, and you either take advantage or hold on to the metal at that time, one way or the other. So there you have it. Post your thoughts below about this latest news, about this another indictment here of this guy Jeffrey Ruffo. And thanks again to Peter Oro for sending this along to me. Very interesting and fascinating indeed. I post videos every single day just in case you don't get a notification. A lot of people have been telling me still they're not getting notifications of my new videos. Some people have been kicked off the subscription list. I don't know how that happens, but apparently it doesn't have to resubscribe multiple times. But know that I post videos every day. And so if you don't see a notification, or if you're an unsubscriber, yes, believe it or not, more than half my viewers are not subscribers. You can always come back to the Salivate Metal channel and see a new video posted there on a daily basis. So with that being said, I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to every single one of you for watching, subscribed or not. And I'm hoping if you're not subscribed, you will do so. And I encourage you to please rate and comment as well.